On the other side, Summer was also warned by police. They threatened him to leave town and to stay away from Terry. Summer then called Terry. The two men met at a restaurant. The owner treated his wound. They saw that to stay alive, they had to fight back. So they found a co-worker, Elliot. At first, Elliot did not want to talk to them. It could bring danger to his life. But Summer kept scolding him, calling him a coward. Feeling guilty inside, Elliot could only hint at a case from long ago that was buried. To find out the plan behind it, the two men went into the judge's house. The judge did not seem surprised by their visit. The judge told him the true secret behind that case. It turned out that an illegal police search years ago grew bigger and bigger, finally becoming a death by mistake. The police paid a settlement and almost had no money left, so they made changes within a year. But they only finished on the surface. The police did not have enough money to finish the changes. They could only get money in illegal ways. Summer was confused. It seemed a few honest people were a problem for the police. The judge said, for the changes to go without trouble, any case that could bring legal danger to the police was marked. Then through the chief's secret work, they were all called small crimes, because only small crimes kept the person in the town court. Because here, there was no lawyer paid by the public to argue against bail or delays, so the police could hold people for 90 days. Summer thought right away. The court's hard drives had police car camera videos, and those drives were hidden in the old courthouse. But when they got there, the police had arrived first. They sneaked into the courthouse, but found the police had already set it on fire to destroy all the proof. They hurried to the place where the drives were kept, but were too late. The drives were already ruined. Then Summer had a sudden...
Hold on. SD cards. They ride over them in the field so they never get wiped. Straight from their dash cams.
As they got ready to leave, Summer remembered he had something to do. He told Terry to wait for him outside and went back alone. When he got the proof that he was framed, he was seen by a police officer checking the area. Seeing Summer taken away in a car, Terry started his truck and followed. After they drove off with Summer, Terry pushed the gas and hit the police car in front.
You're asleep when I cuff you or awake. Okay.
He used the car camera video as a threat and talked terms with the chief to trade for Summer. They agreed to meet at Incline Ridge the next day. Most of the police force was waiting at Incline Ridge. They did not know Terry was not going there. Everyone was called back to the police station. The chief went into the property room to check. Terry hit him with one shot from a beanbag round. Then the female officer arrived. Terry said he used beanbag rounds. They would not kill. He tried to get her to stand on the side of what is right and gave her all the SD cards to make this evidence public. Very soon the police came back. Just as Terry was about to go out, he saw the female officer that turned against him.
105. Exiting station with suspect. Hold your fire. Confirm.
105.
10-4. Confirm.
Right after going out, Steve's first move was to take the SD cards and destroy them right there. Feeling pleased, he began to make fun of Terry. On the way here, he had given Summer another shot of drugs. Now he was in great danger. Just as Steve was about to shoot Terry, Ivan stepped forward. His good heart had had enough of these illegal acts. While they were arguing, the chief shot him in the leg, but he hit an artery. If not treated very soon, he could die from losing too much blood. Then Terry looked at the female officer behind him, getting her signal.
This whole goddamn thing. You hear me? I got it.
I have it. Terry threw many smoke bombs. He did not want to take their lives. The most urgent thing now was Summer. Not caring for his own life, Terry got into Summer's car, turned on the siren, started recording, drove next to Ivan, took the drug antidote from his uniform, then helped Ivan into the car. Just as he was ready to leave, Steve came near.
I need you to breathe. Fuck out of mine.
Luckily, Terry had emptied the gun earlier, but Steve held onto the car and would not let go. He used his police stick to break the back window, trying to climb inside. Then Summer became conscious again and pushed him off, but their car had a fire shot and was soon caught by police cars. Listening to the radio talk, it seemed there was no way to escape. Then the female officer came up beside them. She did not attack. Instead, she sped forward and hit the chief's car.
Got the chief. Affirmative. State police are standing by. 102, we got a straight shot. We're 1059.
What's a 1059? That's an escort.
It turned out the female officer had reported this to the state police. Under state police guard, Terry and the others got to the hospital safely. The chief never thought he could have controlled everything until he retired, but was sent to prison by a black man. The woman was stuck in a bathroom for 2 hours. Even though her hand was turning blue from the pressure and her feet were aching from the strain, she still did not dare to move an inch because a creep was outside. The creep played with a knife, then heated the blade over fire and pressed it hard into his own arm. Every time he killed someone, he carved a scar into his skin. After doing all this, he made a face at himself and left satisfied. The woman watched the man walk away. Finally, he let out a long breath. She quickly climbed down, moved to the window, just about to run. She remembered her boyfriend, not knowing if he was alive or dead. She took out a pair of scissors and made a desperate choice. She walked into the bedroom and saw the man licking her boyfriend's foot. She gathered all her courage and stabbed at him, but he dodged just in time. The woman saw she was in danger, tried to flee the room, but the man pinned her hard against the wall. In that critical moment, she pushed him away with all her strength, then rushed back to the bedroom, kicked her way up to the attic, pulled a wooden box to block the door. To keep the box from being moved, she stacked books on top of it. After that, she had no strength left. She thought the man could not reach her. She would rest and regain her energy and make a plan at nightfall, but she underestimated how cunning he was. He calmly carried a ladder, holding a toolbox in his hand, his eyes fixed on the attic with a twisted look. He picked up a drill and went through the wooden box. The drill cut through the wood like butter. In no time, small holes appeared everywhere. The woman heard the noise. She was terrified out of her mind, did not know what to do, but soon she calmed down and slowly searched for a way out. Then something caught her eye. She crawled closer to look. It was a crossbow. The woman suddenly saw hope. She had never used one before, but she had at least heard of it. She fumbled with this old weapon, struggled for a while, finally pulled back the string, but then her hope died again. There were no bolts. With the wooden box breaking apart, she had to think of something else. Meanwhile, the man was excited like an animal. He poked with a stick. The box fell apart. He climbed into the attic eagerly, but strangely, the woman was not there. He was sure she had not escaped. He kept provoking her with words. He kept talking, but she did not show. His bait failed. He turned his sick gaze to a white cloth, walked over, and yanked it away. To his surprise, it was only a doll. But even more surprising, the woman swung down from above. She jumped down from the attic fast, then wedged the door shut with a wooden stick. And so the man was trapped and died in the attic. The woman was about to leave the room. She turned around and froze. The dark gun barrel was pointed straight at her face.
This sniper rifle has a 99% accuracy rate. From over 300 meters away, the bullet can still pierce through walls. The killer in the building was shot dead instantly. Another killer sensed something wrong. He stood up ready to kill the hostage. The rifle had a thermal imaging scope, combined with the power of an anti-material sniper rifle. He took down the enemies with ease. The woman in red saw her men fall. She sensed the danger and moved immediately, but the man saw her every move. The fortress walls were 30 centimeters thick, but even that could not stop the Barrett's power. Realizing the threat, the killer stared at the bullet hole in the wall, then turned and ran. He barely escaped by jumping out the window, saving his life for now. The woman in red just reached the stairs when the man's Barrett locked onto her. The next second, a deadly shot was fired. The woman in red grabbed her laptop, sensed the danger, and fled in panic. Lisa, who was kidnapped, finally had a moment to breathe. The woman walked down the hall. The killer was shot dead. She picked up a gun from the ground and gave chase. The man behind the barrack quickly noticed. The car had left the scene. He turned his rifle trying to stop the car, but what he did not expect was when he aimed at the target, another killer appeared on his left. The man took him out with a few shots. Because of that killer's interference, the car was already gone. At the same time, Lisa ran out and signaled the woman in red was nowhere to be seen. Was she just going to get away? The killer who jumped from the window earlier was now blind. He stumbled onto the road and was hit by the fleeing car. The car was going too fast. It flipped and flew hundreds of feet through the air. No one saw that coming. Lisa rushed to the crash site, but the woman in red was not inside. Lisa looked around and saw the woman in red holding her laptop, already walking away from the scene. No one expected. The woman in red chose a dead-end path. Lisa quickly followed her there. In the end, the woman in red chose to jump off the cliff and end her life.